Castano wants to get on the inside where he can do his good work well.
And finally, the bell, and round one. Will any fighter do anything?
He averaged 48 punches a round. He normally averages 70.
The bout ended in a draw as Charlo lands the right and looking to walk him down. Castano going to the body and then gets countered with a right hand.
Your punches.
And there he doubles up the jab, utilizes footwork under a minute left in the first. And now Castano, both of them. And that's something that Charlo doesn't normally do.
No, he's not a body puncher. Nice overhand right.
Throughout his career, we have seen that when Brian Castano's fighting, well, Charlo coming forward here in the second, and Castano responding.
Counter punching from the outside, but hey,
nice right
that
hand
is the
Castano.
second.
And Rosario dropping him and stopping him with what was really a jab to the body. Nice right hand from Charlo.
Fight. He feels a touch on the glove. He comes back with the counter punching.
There's a combination by Castano, blocked, and then Charlo. Rips a left and the left uppercut up the middle by Jermall Charlo.
Now that's in a position where Castano wants to get in there and try to throw that hook.
And especially with Charlo on the ropes, although it was in the second round where Charlo hurt Castano in the first fight with a left hook. Castano comes back, and there Castano lands a left hand.
Coming in with an overhand right that gets there. We talked about the lead right that he throws that's so effective. And then later on, Charlo countering effectively. Here's the left hook. Now, in the last fight, it was round again landing a nice left hook. So, and then there's the right hand by Charlo, but Castano getting in there as well. So that was a fairly close round, though Charlo looked like maybe did a little better work.
Round number 3.
Punches around wouldn't be anything to get excited about, but Charlo has averaged, he normally averages 37, so he's been more.
Back and has to be cognizant of the uppercut, stiff jab, and then the right hand of the body, so he's going at times early fight in their first meeting.
Now there you go, Castano, you want to take that jab away with.
Minute and a half. Charlo goes to the body before going upstairs with the left. Castano with the left. And that right uppercut caught Castano, but he...
In the first fight and again in this fight.
And I made more punches and has landed some. And there was a nice left hook by
And there's
Castano.
a left by Charlo. Charlo had responsible defense in that first fight, but now they are ramping up the output and the pressure.
And this is what Castano wants to be, in the inside. But guess what? Charlo is a great counter puncher, and he comes back with his 1-2 punch like he did right there.
And there's a left hook by Castano and left hook by Charlo in the 11 of 48 for Charlo. So another good round.
Here's where Charlo countering off, and now here he's against the ropes, which he hasn't been much in this fight, landing a good counter right hand as Castano tries to get those left hooks in. So Charlo countering well, and then here is Castano on the inside again. That was one of the best punches Castano threw in the round. An excellent left hook, and that's the punch Castano wants to get in this fight.
Derek James, Charlo's corner, wanting him to commit to the body work, short shots on the offensive attack.
For the first time, Castano he was kind of coming in on a straight line before. Let's see if that makes it get inside better.
Charlo rips a... Castano comes back, countered by Charlo again, clipped him with the right and the left, and Castano standing his ground, but has to be careful against a guy like Charlo.
Yeah, that was a great speed, great combination from Charlo. In the gap, but Charlo is landing some good shots. There's the right hand. You want to follow up with the hook.
And in that first fight, we saw Castano utilize a combination of aggression, utilize a lot more footwork. Yes, he's on the ropes, but not as long, and hasn't had to face much of an offensive onslaught from...
But I think that for most, I think Charlo's landing some good shots.
There's a lead, left hook to the body, and right hand to the fourth. Both throwing left hooks, and Charlo's landing with authority. And what an exchange here in the fourth in the center of the ring. Castano continues to stalk. Charlo lands a left upstairs. There's a right uppercut by Charlo, trying to avoid these shots on the rope.
To fight Brian Castano, you got to be ready to fight 3 minutes, don't you? Great exchange. Oh, big right hand by Castano.
Fantastic finish to the fourth.
This is where Charlo would get back on the ropes. Now, he was hit with some shots, but also countered well. Here was a nice left hook by Charlo, and that was right at the end of the round when the bell was ringing, and you could feel the intensity between these two men.
We mentioned Derek James in Jermall Charlo's corner.
The inside, he has to throw volume punching and hoping he doesn't get counter.
And there's a counter left by
Charlo's doing some good counter work, but Charlo doesn't stop.
Castano on
Two face-to-face, you know, the referee really hasn't intervened in this fight.
And Charlo with the combination. Castano going to the body before going upstairs. There's a double, but then
Charlo's still smart, poised enough to counter it.
And that's what the Charlo camp told us. Abner, you're mentioning, in order to be successful, actually plays into the fact that he used to be economical in his output when it comes to punches, but he's landing them, and Castano is too.
Nice right hand by Castano.
And double left hook, and there's a left from Charlo. Incredible two-way action. Less than 30 seconds left. Over 7,000 fans here as Charlo just jolted Castano with a right uppercut. And there's a combination backing Castano out. 15 seconds. Mamma mia, what a fight!
Castano got a lot done. We see him here doubling with the hook, and Charlo countering well. That is this fight in microcosm, really. And the nice right hand by Castano. Then later in the round, there would be a moment here. Oh, nice right hand by Castano. And Charlo was against those ropes getting hit, and after the first half of the round, in which Castano did extremely well, it was Charlo whose power came to the fore.
Well, we're just miles away from
This one, Godfather.
Thank you.
Castano, well, he got a good shot in. He did it, and then the up in the closest distance.
Castano leading with the right hand, but gets countered by the right from Charlo. And there's again the lead right by Castano.
The part of Castano's game that's a little underrated, but he can get it in there. See an edge to Castano, and of course the jab edge will go to
ring and keep Charlo corralled. There's a jab fronted by Charlo. Charlo utilizing his upper body movement, but getting tagged more often.
You know,
and we mentioned the jab. You got to be effective with the jab, constant with the jab. If you're Charlo, Castano comes with the right hand.
And there's
right
that
on point.
big right hand on cue, Abner. And there's a right uppercut by.
You want to work inside punches now if you're Charlo.
Castano is putting together combinations, going to the body. Charlo digging with the uppercut.
this is the Brian Castano that
It's for all the marbles. It's to become undisputed. Right hand lands for left hook, left uppercut on the inside. Left hook by Castano. Of this historic night in Carson, California.
you in this fight. And now there's Castano using his jab to work his way in, and that helped set up that right hand. And the right is becoming the dominant weapon for Castano, which is not the norm in his attack. As for Charlo, continued to do the good work, using the jab to set up the straight right hand. And that's the right hand that a couple rounds ago had Castano hurt. Castano was busier in the last round.
That's number 1 and 2 with the 154-pound division.
3 to Charlo, the next 3 to Castano. It seems like when they...
Castano has been doing well. What would you like to see him do?
It as much because he's scared of getting hit with the right. Oh, he just got
that left hook back.
Needs to make sure, as Abner said, that
It's about the jab, which wasn't as active for Castano. Jab was blocked. And there, Reek by the left uppercut. And there's a combination by Castano. And again,
In that round, using the jab and the straight right hand. Again, the beautiful jab. He controlled the action of Castano. Castano was able to attack from time to time, but there's the nice counter left hook by Charlo. And so Jermall Charlo very efficient in that last round and landing some very nice shots.
and when the pace is a little slower, definitely behooves.
Distance.
Yeah.
Oh,
Except for that right hand.
Again,
It timed it well, yes.
timed. And no!
Again, it's right there.
Jab that split the guard, three-punch combination. Charlo ratcheting up his offense off the ropes, now leading with the right in a lower hood. Right hand again from Castano, left hook, and the left hook from Charlo. And the high guard of Castano died. Avoids the left hook, but doesn't avoid used to disturb Charlo.
He's not known for that, but we see sneaky good right hand.
And there's a
Throwing the right hand over the little bit lazy jab of Charlo. That punch didn't land perfectly, but it did get in. And when Charlo leaves his jab out there, Castano is able to get that right hand in. And remember, Castano is shorter with giving away reach in this fight, so you would think those right hands wouldn't get in. Nice counter left hook by Charlo, and he's done that so often in this fight. And it's a close round, and maybe a pivotal.
Oh. Wow! Nice shots throughout this fight. And there's a nice Charlo.
Yeah, Charlo has
And
found
another
something.
one.
And that's
Several rounds Charlo had. While he's pushing forward in the last several rounds, hasn't been throwing.
Left all three. The final rounds on the judges' scorecards in the ninth. Castano coming forward. Clipped again with the left hook upstairs. And another double left hook. Left uppercut by Castano.
yeah, they're still stopping it, Castano, and again taking these risks.
No stopping Charlo
And
either.
those, of course not. But Castano.
Charlo than we saw in the first fight, but Castano now going upstairs and landing.
In that last round, it was Charlo lands the combination.
Fight that we saw Castano coming up late in the rounds to try to
Fight well. He's come back another fight.
And again, the office, the work in the office, which is the gym. We're talking about the defensive side from Charlo.
Combination by Castano and
Using the whole ring, the gym.
yeah, I was going to say
Really good
resetting.
footwork. And what is footwork? It's just running around, and that's footwork. No.
Right hand from Castano.
Nice right hand.
Oh, and Charlo.
Time there it is. You put yourself in for the uppercut. Oh,
That dropped Brian Castano. A delayed reaction. And just like in the first fight, Charlo has Castano hard in the 10th, but unlike the first fight, Charlo closes the show in the rematch in round 10.
Down on his power punches, and it was the left hook that ultimately did the damage. That left hook sent Castano down, kind of a delayed reaction. Look again at the left hook. A nice short left hook on the inside, Ebner.
Yeah, nice uppercut. But it was a short left hook that got him right in the chin. One of those punches.
And Charlo, people say, well, he doesn't really, on the inside, how good a fighter is he? This is a demonstration he is a good fighter on the inside. The compact left hook,
Yes.
the fact that he downstairs that would create the second knockdown. And now he was hurt, and then that left hook to the body finished the job.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the time of 2 minutes 33 seconds in round number 10. He is the winner by way of knockout, and now the undisputed 154-pound champion of the world, Jermall Iron Man Charlo.
This exclusive club becoming the 7th male undisputed champion in boxing history in the 4-belt era. And look at the luminaries he joins.